Thank you so much, Pastor, for this opportunity to take on today's exhortation. Our exhortation says, the uniqueness of his ascension. And no man hath ascended up to heaven, but he that came down from heaven, even the Son which is in heaven. That's John 3 verse 18. There are those that argue that Enoch and Elijah also ascended to heaven. Why then did Jesus say no one but himself ever ascended to heaven? The truth is, Enoch and Elijah didn't ascend to heaven. It's important that when you study the scriptures, you pay attention to some of the original words from where the English words are translated, because some translations can render more mildly, thereby misleading from the real truth. In case of Enoch, for example, the Bible says, and Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. That's Genesis 5 verse 24. Notice it didn't say Enoch walked with God and he ascended. Rather, he was taken away. He was caught up or transferred from the earth, that he should not see death. That's Hebrews 11 verse 5 says, by faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found because God had translated him. This was an ascension. Then, when it comes to the example of Elijah, when he and Elisha had crossed the river Jordan, Elisha asked him, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. Elijah responded, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. That's 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 9 to 10. The next verse reveals that they journeyed further, still talking. Behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. That's 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 11. Again, this wasn't ascension. During the rapture of the church, for example, we are not going to ascend to heaven. We are going to be taken away or caught up to heaven. To ascend is to levitate to heaven, to go into heaven of one's own power and ability. Only Jesus ever did that. In Acts 1 verse 9, whilst talking to his disciples, he was taken up and a cloud received him out of their sight. The word taken up used in the Greek is epario, which means to exalt or lift oneself. Jesus unlocked the power within him and levitated from the ground right into heaven by himself, not by an outside force. No one ever did that. Glory to his name forever. So our further study is Acts 1 verse 9 and Ephesians 2 verse 5 to 6.